With Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning now in theaters, let's rank all of the Mission Impossible films. In last place is Mission Impossible 2. This film just felt overdramatic, a lot of cliche moments, and I just don't think it necessarily worked. The action was cool though, but it just didn't work. But you got this film to thank on why we got Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. At number 7 is the first Mission Impossible movie, and I thought that this film was just alright. It's a bit generic, but it is just an okay film. At number 6 is Mission Impossible 3, and this is when the franchise starts to get good, as this is a pretty good Mission Impossible film. At number 5 is Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning. While I do like the other films more than this one, I do think that this was still a pretty good one and a great conclusion to the franchise if it's actually the ending of the franchise. At number 4 is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. And this film goes all out. It was entertaining. There was one part I didn't like what they did with one of the characters, but this was still a pretty good Mission Impossible film. At number 3 is Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. And this was just a great film. We got a lot of great moments, and it introduces one of the best characters in the franchise. At number 2 is Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. And this was the first Mission Impossible I ever watched, that I watched in theaters, and I thought that it was a great film. We get a lot of great moments in this film. It was pretty much my introduction to Ethan Hunt, and I thought it was awesome. And I do believe with this film, it's when the franchise starts to find its footing. But at number 1, and my favorite Mission Impossible film is Mission Impossible Fallout. Like with this film, it is just epic. We get a lot of great action, a lot of great characters, and just a great story. Like with this film, I do believe that it did a lot for Ethan Hunt's character. And it honestly has the only good antagonist in the franchise. Overall, that is my ranking of all of the Mission Impossible films now that the franchise is over. If it's actually over. But what will be your ranking? Let me know in the comments below and follow me for more.